Hi, Bob Ream here, talking about lessons on purity, on how to get and stay pure in the midst of a world that's saturated with pornography. Today I want to talk about choices that we make. In Psalms 50 verse 23 it says, "And to him who orders his way aright, I will show the salvation of God." In 1 Corinthians 9 it says, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners compete? So run that you may win the race." Then he talks about Olympic athletes, how they used to pummel their bodies in order to bring them under submission. In Colossians 3 it says that we're to put to death, therefore, that which is earthly in us. Throughout the day we have hundreds of choices that we make that help determine basically our destiny, about whether or not we will be pure or not pure, whether or not we'll put ourselves into situations where we will be tempted or not. These has to do with things like, what do you look at in the newspaper? Which magazines do you pick up? What do you look at when you look at the magazines? What TV shows do you watch? What kind of blockers do you have on your TV to keep adult material from even coming through, either being advertised in the channel lineups or even being displayed late night TV? About your computer, internet service provider. There are some that will actually block out pornography from ever reaching your computer. And then you have some filters you can put on your computer which will either be passive or active monitoring. Some will actually shut down your computer if it senses that it's adult material. Others will just be passive monitoring. It will send every site that you've been to, such as Covenant Eyes. I highly recommend Covenant Eyes. I use that on all my computers and my iPhones and my other electronic devices. If you were to sign up for Covenant Eyes, I wrote a booklet called Purity First Steps. You can use that word, Purity First Steps, as a code. They'll give you a month discount off. So Purity First Steps. I use Covenant Eyes as a passive monitoring system on all my computers that has helped me significantly to stem when I'm tempted to not look at pornography or be tempted to look at pornography. So all these are choices that we make, even the friends that you choose to hang out with, even the routes that you drive to work. If one of the courses of your driving would take you near an adult bookstore or near where prostitutes hang out or whatever it is, and if that is an issue, then steer clear. Keep your way, it says in Proverbs, far from her. Don't go near the door of her house. It has to do with the music that you listen to. Some modern day music really is something more than pornography put to a rap sound or to different music. If you listen to the words of it, the women are degraded, the sex acts are degraded, every aspect of humanity, it's not elevated. In some of this music, it's degraded, and that doesn't help someone in their quest for purity. So all these things are factors that go into play in analyzing, God, how do I get pure? How do I stay pure? Well, God has given us wisdom. We can figure out what has been stumbling blocks for us in the past. And for the most part, we can try to create a safe environment so that when we go into our home or to our apartment or wherever we live, that we do everything we can in order to watch and put a guard over our eyes and over our souls. So there's different prayer requests throughout the scriptures that talk about this. I made a covenant with my eyes. Job 31:1 says, to not look upon a maiden. I made a covenant with my eyes. Well, those are things that are in play in regards to walking with God, and it has to do with the choices that we make throughout the day. And again, all these are predicated on grace. We appropriate and we learn how to live under the power and authority of the grace of God. He gives us the energy in order to turn away from those things which will cause us to stumble. I pray that you would appropriate this grace and that you'd make the wise choices that you need to make in order to get and to stay pure.